Taking a chance to learn what's in my head and reel out the thoughts that fill me with dread. You die for me when I won't even cry for you. Oh please Lord, tell me what must I do? Taking out a page each day from the letter you wrote to me. A book of lies that I despise, but with your animosity. Take me back to a time we met on that bank holiday. We made it right from the first night till you threw it all away. Would you dance to make my grave when I'm gone? Or see me for that man that I've become? Would I see that you care when I'm in need of you the most? But you don't care. You're not there anymore. Confusion is a gift that forever falls my own way. I'll never be so proud of that man I am today. Take me back to a time of our once happy days. Still you seem to forever haunt me with your condescending ways. Now it's time to do things right and get you out of my head and reel out the thoughts that fill me with dread. Would you dance to make my grave when I'm gone? Or see me for that man that I've become? But would I see that you care when I'm in need of you the most? But you don't care. You're not there anymore. And the pain you caused fell from afar, and the message that you portrayed it caused me too much sorrow and pain, but I won't fall for that anymore. Would you dance to make my grave when I'm gone? Or see me for that man that I've become? Would I see that you care when I'm needing you the most? But you don't care. You're not there anymore.
Good evening, good evening. Yes, guys, welcome back to another stream, man. We're going to cook some journalists, man, because he's trying to come at Kevin De Bruyne, Bray, and it's not on. So he's getting cooked in tonight's stream. We're also going to speak about Savio, who's apparently going to stay at Manchester City next season. He's not going to be loaned out, which is very interesting. What does that mean for the likes of Oscar Bobb, etc., etc.? Lots to discuss. Before we get into it, smash a like. Make sure you subscribe to the channel as well if you're new. Let's see who's in the building, man. Big up to Erin. Big up to Sebastian. Big up to Sai. Yeah, I'm feeling a lot better, man. Thank you very much. Big up to you, Sai. Big up to Presto, Triad, SB, CK's in the building. Big up Rob McCluskey. Pardo's here. Big up to AK, J Blee. Rusty Trumpet is also in the building. Big up to Pete James. Cade is here as well. Keep spamming your yes in the chats, guys. Make sure you're smashing a like on the stream as well. But listen, not particularly happy today, guys, because Kevin De Bruyne, yeah, I think it was wrong. He was wrong of what's happened. I don't know if you guys have seen it. I'll pull up the quote in a minute. But effectively, this guy, Tancredi, or however you say, I don't actually know how you pronounce his name. Anyway, he's tried to cook Kevin De Bruyne on Twitter. It's kind of backfired, to be honest with you. It's not really worked out very well. Essentially, this guy was speaking about like the golden generation of Belgium and how it's all like kind of died and it's just not really worked and stuff like that. And Kevin De Bruyne basically went back at him and said, "Well, hang on a minute, actually, what about France golden generation? About England golden generation, Spain golden generation? Like it's not just Belgium that have got a golden generation." And then Kevin De Bruyne called him stupid, in which he's had a little bit of he's not really happy with this. So yeah, let me pull this up on the big screen and maybe you guys can see it because some of you guys might not have actually seen this video. I'll have to add it with audio. Here we go. Right, guys, watch this. Let me put it on actually. I want to listen to it as well. Yeah. This is a mutant behavior, AK. Mutant behavior. Right, let's go.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
You hear that? You hear that? He said stupid. Watch.
There's a golden generation. Yours. And you say that France and England and Spain and Germany is not a golden generation? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
So he's called him stupid, yeah? And then obviously this guy, the actual journalist, right, called Tancredi Palmieri, is a Sport Italia journalist, correspondent, CNN, Al Jazeera contributor. Yeah, whole lot of waffle. He said, De Bruyne just called me stupid. Hey, Kevin, little memo for you. The golden generation you mentioned of France, England, Germany, and Spain, they all reached a final. Usual footballer that only wants a question of telling him how good they are. Spoilt brat. Okay, so let's cook this fraud, first of all. Yeah? Who cares if we reached a final? Who cares? Who literally cares? Did we win it? No, we didn't win it. So why are you talking to me then? Yeah? About reaching a final? Like Belgium, what? Are you telling me that we're somehow better than Belgium because we reached a final? At the end of the day, mate, if we didn't win it, it doesn't really matter. So why are you trying to tell Kevin De Bruyne that England are better than Belgium because we reached a final? What are you talking about, bro? You're a waffler. You're an elite level waffler. This guy's a waffler, guys. Yeah? It's ridiculous. I don't know what he's talking about. Like England are somehow miles better than him, miles better than Belgium because we reached a final. Also, usual footballer that only wants a question telling him how good they are. That again, what are you talking about? The question is stupid, bro. It's just a stupid question, and this guy's getting cooked. By the way, in the comments, yeah, he's getting cooked. Look at him. Look, he's getting absolutely rinsed, mate. He's getting absolutely rinsed. It's crazy. It's absolutely insane. Like, what's he doing? By the way, right, we need to talk about Kevin De Bruyne, mate, because there's a few too many mutants for my liking. Yeah? A few too many mutants for my liking here, guys. Let me pull up this. Look at this. Most big chances created, yeah, at the Euros. Kevin De Bruyne, 11, mate. 11. 11 big chances created from Kevin De Bruyne. Now, unfortunately for Belgium, and unfortunately for Kevin De Bruyne, They've got Romelu Lukaku playing up front, mate. Like, I'm not being funny here. But like, what do you want to do here? What do you want Belgium to do when they've got Romelu Lukaku playing as the striker? I mean, I'm not being funny here, but if Kevin De Bruyne has created 11 big chances created in the Euros, 11. Like, what's meant to, what can we do about this situation? So Kevin De Bruyne, mate, like, I'm not being funny here. He's absolutely banged on to have kicked off. Yeah, he's absolutely banged on to have kicked off. It's ridiculous. That Lukaku, yeah. 0 goals. 0 goals in the Euro 2024 competition. How on earth do you get 0 goals in Euros when you've had 11 big chances created? And listen, don't get me wrong, I'm very much aware, yeah, that Lukaku didn't get all 11 of the big chances created. But you know what? Actually, let me check out how many big chances this guy actually got. Yeah, because this Lukaku, yeah, I don't know why he was playing as a striker. Why is he playing as a striker for Belgium, mate? He's clearly not good enough. He's clearly not good enough. Let's pull it up actually. Yeah, let's pull the data up. Yeah, we want to do this. Let's have a look at the data. Okay, the first game. In fact, what was this game? No, this was France. How many big chances? How many big chances? 0 big chances. Okay, let's have a look at the last one. He also lives offside, by the way. This guy, he lives offside. It's unreal. Let's check out the Belgium game. Yeah, Belgium-Ukraine game. How many did he get? Any big chances in this one? And by the way, if he's not getting big chances, then what's he doing? He got subbed off on this one. Big chances missed, 1. You can't see it. You can't see it. Let me pull it up. Here you go. If I bring it up here, you should be able to see it now. You see that? Big chances missed. 1 big chance missed. Yeah? 18 touches of the ball. This is Erling Haaland level of involvement in a game. The difference is, if you have only 18 touches in a match, you've got to score, bro. You've got to score. What score was that game? 0-0. And by the way, you know, maybe if they would have won that game, it could have been slightly different, you know? Let's have a look at the game before that. Let's have a look at this game. They won 2-0. Yeah? They won 2-0. 2 big chances missed. 2. They did win that one, so it's not that bad. And did we do this one? I don't think I checked this one. This one, they lost this game against Slovakia. 3! 3! 3! 3! 3 big chances missed. What? How are you missing 3 big chances, bro? At the Euros. And how did he get a 6? How did he get a 6? How did he miss 3 big chances in a match that they lost and got a 6? Nah, that is embarrassing, mate. So for stuff. This is why as well, yeah. These mutants out there that love to use stats only to make their opinion on a football player or on a match. This is why they are elite wafflers. Yeah, they'll never succeed in life. Yeah, and the reason is because they can't think for themselves. They can't generate their own opinions. They can't generate their own opinions, guys. So they have to go for stats. And when I see that they lost the game 1-0, he misses 3 big chances, yet gets a 6 out of 10. This is what I'm talking about. So, what am I waffling about? You ask, LB, get to the point. What are you talking about? The point is very clear. The point is obvious. It's not difficult when you talk about Belgium to this guy who's calling out Kevin De Bruyne, mate. It's really not that difficult to understand what's happened here. Yeah? Belgium. They had a group of Romania, Slovakia, and Ukraine, and they didn't top the group. Because they didn't top the group, they got France. France, possibly, arguably, probably the best team in the competition. Hence, they get knocked out. The question, yeah, if that journalist, yeah, and this is why I don't like journalists no more, is because they don't ask the proper questions. And what they end up doing, because they're scared of asking the proper questions, they ask stupid questions. And then when they get called out for asking a stupid question, like this guy got called out by Kevin De Bruyne for asking a stupid question, and then the whole of Twitter is cooking this guy for asking a stupid question. He then starts crying. Instead of they should just ask the proper questions. What he should have been saying to Kevin De Bruyne is, Kevin, talk to me about Lukaku. Talk to me. You created the chances for Lukaku. You created 3 big chances against, was it Romania or Slovakia, that you lost 1-0. He missed 3 big chances. You win that game, you top the group, you don't get France. You're into the quarterfinals. Kevin De Bruyne, Ukraine, you drew 0-0. Lukaku, crap again. No one will ask the questions. No one will do it no more. No one will do it no more. And this is why journalism is dead. I'm telling you, man, journalism is dead because the journalists don't want to ask the proper questions no more. Now, respect, there probably are a couple out there that still ask questions. I'm not going to sit here and say that none of them do. But let me tell you something. 95% of journalists don't ask the questions that need to be asked. Yeah, they don't do it. They don't do it. Why do they not do it? Because they want to be happy with everyone. And then when they feel like, I need to get something here, they ask dumb questions. And then when they get called out for being dumb, they don't like it and go to Twitter to cry. And then people are not listening to them anymore because people are not stupid. If Lukaku scores the chances, they top the group. They don't get France. They don't get France. They probably get through to the quarterfinals. They get France, they get knocked out. If England would have finished second and England would have got France, we would have been dumped out. And we would have been asking the same questions about our manager. It's not difficult, man. You know what it is now in football, right? People just don't talk about what the obvious stuff. People think like this, there must be this complex thing that's going on in football nowadays. Ooh, Belgium. Yeah, they got this golden generation. I wonder why this golden generation isn't working. Why? Because they've got Lukaku up front, mate. It's not difficult. Why won't England win the Euros? It's because we've got Southgate as our manager. It's not difficult. It's not. It's just right there, staring you in the face. It's not difficult sport to understand when you've been watching it 10, 15, 20 years. Some of you even longer than that. You know what I mean? You don't need PhDs in football. You don't need stats. You don't need data. You don't need XG, field tilt, all this crap. You watch the football with your eyes, yeah? And if you've been watching football long enough, you understand what's going on. And it's quite clear that when I watch Belgium, Lukaku is crap and lets the team down. He gets chance after chance after chance after chance. Never puts the ball in. In fact, you know what's actually mad about Lukaku, yeah? He is clinical. He is. I'm actually wrong. I need to apologize. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. Lock me up, man. Lock me up for telling the incorrect truths. Lock me up. I'm going to prison, guys.
You go in prison. You go in prison. And you're getting named and shamed.
I tell you what the truth is, yeah? You want to know the truth? He's a bagsman. You know the one problem? He always scores when he's offside. Have you noticed that? Please tell me you've noticed that with Lukaku. Please tell me. Every time he scores, he's offside. It's mad. It's actually crazy. Like sometimes he'll do a mad finish, like a pretty good goal. And then I'm like, oh, great finish, Lukaku. And then he's offside. It's like, oh yeah, of course he's offside. Yeah? Embarrassing. And this journalist, yeah, let's call him out again. Let's name and shame this guy. Let's name and shame this guy, yeah? Tancredi Palmieri, mate. Yeah? You asked a dumb question. You didn't ask the proper question, the question that needed to be asked, which is, how long are Belgium going to put up with a bozo striker that lets the country down? If Lukaku scores one of the 3 big chances that he had against Slovakia, they draw the game, they top the group, they don't get France. Guys, honestly, man, it's just not that difficult, man. But you know what it is with the journalists? Like I say, the journalists just don't want to ask the proper questions, man. And this is what I say about you guys, because I know some of you guys are at uni, some of you guys want to be a journalist. If you become a journalist, right, just make me a promise, yeah? Make me a promise. Ask what you want to ask. Say what you want to say. Take the consequences. Take the repercussions. If the club bans you, the club bans you. If you get sacked from the newspaper, you get sacked from the newspaper. But if you're going to be a journalist, yeah, you got to do it properly. You got to have some integrity about it. You don't just because if you go into a journalism, yeah, and then you got a question and you're like, I'm going to ask him about Lukaku and how he's just let the country down and how bad it is, yeah. But you go, oh, if I ask that question, then could be on thin ice with the club, with the country, with the FA, then you're not really a journalist, man. You're not, are you? You're a PR agency worker, yeah, who's not actually there to do the job that everyone thinks they're there to do. You're just there to peddle the narrative about the Euros and just build it up and all nicey. If you're going to become a journalist, yeah, do it properly, have some minerals, and call out what needs to be called out at whatever level. Because otherwise, and I guarantee you, in the short term, you might experience some short-term volatility with jobs and maybe employer relations and client relations and all that kind of stuff. But long term, mark my words, it'll benefit you, man. Because everyone will know that you're telling the truth. The fans will know. If you do it to everyone, and you don't just pick and choose who you do it to everyone. The fans will know, no, this guy's legit. This guy might call out my manager, might call out my club, but he's calling out everyone because he asked the questions that need to be asked. And this guy, Bozo, yeah, Tancredi Palmieri Bozo, can't ask the proper questions, right? So he asked a dumb question. And then when he gets called out for being dumb, he goes to Twitter to start crying. Look at this. What's he saying here? I wish he said it to my face so I could reply to him. What are you going to do about it? What are you going to start on him? Look at him, man. What he thinks is bad. Look at him. What are you talking about, bro? You're wearing Diodora. Shut up, mate. You're not going to do nothing to Kevin De Bruyne. What is he waffling? I wish he said it to my face. What is he saying, bro? What is he saying? You wish he said it to my face. Well, you're a journalist, so you can easily come to you come to a City game next year, mate. Come to a City game and call him out. What are you going to call him out? You're a grown man. You're a grown man saying, I wish he said it to my face. What is this, bro? You're 12 in a playground. Oh, my days. This is actually, bro, this is crazy, man. What a melt. I can't believe it, man. Oh, look at him now. Look at him now calling for Kevin De Bruyne, mate. Look at him just tweeting about De Bruyne. That's all he's doing, is it? He just look at him. He's milking it, guys. He's milking this Kevin De Bruyne stuff now. Look at it. Look at all these tweets about De Bruyne. All about De Bruyne. Look at all these tweets about De Bruyne. Oh, he's trending. He's tweeting about himself being trending. Oh, it's embarrassing. It really is. Honestly, bro, get a life, man. Do your job properly. Ask proper questions and people won't call you out. And then what? You want to go on TalkSport and say that? I wish he said it to my face so I could reply to him. What would you have said? What would you have said? What would you even said, bro? What would you even said? So you just say it to yourself, stupid question. What are you going to say? What are you going to say? Because it is a stupid question. Facts. This is factual information. He knows he's in the news, so he's gonna tweet it all. No one will care about him tomorrow, yeah. But it's just ridiculous, man. Anyway, let me go through some of these super chats. Guys, smash a like on the stream, man. I want to speak about Savio in a few moments as well. We've got some breaking news on Savio that came out earlier on today. Apparently United have agreed a deal for Gutierrez. No. Are you being serious? Are you being serious about that? Miguel Gutierrez. No. 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 34 mil as well. That's cheap, man. Why are we not buying him? Oh. That's not good, Riff. Hit the likes to get to 115 for LB. Guys, come on, man. We need to get to 115 likes. Hit the like button. Big up to SB, big up to LB. Says Williams says, I think Kevin was saying that Belgium was up against other golden generations, but the media talks like Belgium was up against this. No, bro. This is why it's a stupid question, Will. Because you're right. That's exactly what the point that he's making out. It's the this is why the guy's been rinsed. This is why the guy's been rinsed. Because the question, the whole talking point, is dead. It's stupid question. Hence why Kevin De Bruyne said it was a stupid question. Because it was a stupid question. They were playing France. They were playing France, bro. It's not like they were playing some bums. Yeah. It's not like they were playing some bums, mate. They played France. Who did they play in the recent tournaments? Let's have a look. So, what's this here? So, Euro 2020. They got beat off Italy, who went on to win it, no? Italy won it in 2020, no? Because they beat England. Am I right in saying that? They won in Italy won it in 2020. So, I'm pretty sure they also beat Belgium that year. Yeah. So okay. So Euro 2020, they got knocked out against Italy, who went on to win it. Yeah. What's this one here? 2016. You're going back a little bit. Right, I won't go back that far. 2016 is dead, isn't it? Right, let's have a look at the World Cup then. What's going on with the World Cup? So, World Cup 2022 didn't get out of the group. That's a bit of an L, that, isn't it? Why did not get out of the group? Probably because fucking Lukaku missed a load of sitters again, innit? You know what I mean? They got beat off France in 2018. Like, I don't know what they're waffling about, man. Like, when I look at Belgium, like, Belgium are a good team, you know what I mean? But like, I don't know. They just absolutely waffled. The question was stupid, hence why he got cooked, bro. Professional Cheek Spot says Belgium is only trash because Lukaku is up front and their defense is shady at times. These mutant critics, our City haters, are fully delulu with no Sululu. Then they can't take legitimate criticism. Facts, bro. This is the thing, right? He went at Belgium saying, oh, like, what's going on with the golden generation? Dead. Even though they got beat off France, yeah, which is weird. It's a weird question. That's why he got cooked for the question, because it's a dead question, right? And then, yeah, when he gets called out for the stupid question, guy starts crying. So, yeah, anyway, very, very strange. It is what it is. And, yeah, next time he sees Kevin De Bruyne, let's see what he does, because apparently he's going to kick him off. Anyway, let's... big up signs as well before I look at the Savio news. A golden generation with 2 Tottenham centre-backs. Yeah, right. Yeah, that's also true, man. I think that Belgium team's been overhyped, to be honest with you. If we're being real, yeah? I agree. Factual information signs. Right, guys, check this out, yeah? Breaking news. Man City have informed Savio of their intention for him to be part of their first team plans under Pep Guardiola next season. I gotta say, yeah, I think Tiki's woken up, guys, because I don't know if you've seen the other news as well that came out. Yeah, there was some other news that came out. Oh, what's this? Yeah, 5-year deal, by the way. 5-year contract for Savio. He will be there. Here we go. The official communication from Man City on the signing of Savio is expected after Copa America, making him the club's first formal signing for next season. I'm buzzing with this. I'm actually buzzing with it. I wanted Savio to stay, man. I wanted him to stay. I feel like it's not good to let him go. Okay, we'll come to that in a bit. We'll come to that in a bit. We'll come to that in a bit. Look at this. Look at this, guys. What a piece of information this is. Well done, Manchester City. Tiki. Come on, bro. Man City recognise that they have no player capable of directly replacing Rodri if he's injured or suspended or needs a rest. What? Are you being serious? We knew this about 8 months ago. We knew this 8 months ago when it was clear and obvious that he didn't trust anyone else in the CDM position. Yeah? He didn't trust anyone else in the CDM position. Of course we need someone. The question is who? Anyway, we'll come on to that in a second. Savio. The question is here, guys, right? Do we need to loan out Oscar Bobb? Because if we keep in Savio, yeah, I just don't know where Oscar Bobb's minutes are going to come from, guys. I just don't see where the minutes are going to come from at all. Like, you're going to have Bernardo right, Savio. I think Savio is going to be utilised on the right. I know most of the time at Journo, he was utilised on the left, but I think he's going to be utilised on the right, which is kind of funny, actually, because when we bought Doku, he mainly played on the right at Stade Rennes, and now he's playing on the left for City. And when we bought Savio, he's playing on the left for Girona, and now he's probably going to play on the right. And obviously, you've got Grealish on the left as well. What do we do with Bobb? I mean, I want this to be a big year for Oscar Bobb. I think Oscar Bobb has everything that he needs to take a step up this year. I think he played around 800 minutes, something like that this season. I think he needs to be taking a step up to 2,000 minutes total game played. I don't see how he does that if Savio comes in. Now, a couple of you in the chat have spoke about already the fact you could potentially move Bernardo Silva into the midfield. I just don't know if that's going to happen. I don't know. I just don't see it, man. I just don't see it. I just think that Bernardo now is just a right winger for us. Now, he can definitely play midfield, obviously. But will Pep move him into the midfield? I just don't know if he will. Because as well, you've already got Kovacic and Nunes. You move Bernardo in there. Fucking hell, them two are probably not going to get any minutes. People have spoke about Grealish going into the midfield. I'm not against Grealish being going into the midfield, but the fact is he's been here 3 years and he's probably played less than 200 minutes in the midfield. So I'm just saying it as it logically appears that Pep clearly doesn't think he's a midfielder. Otherwise, I think we would have seen him play there a bit more. Like with Bernardo, we've seen Bernardo play in the midfield. Pep obviously believes that he can play in the midfield. Pep believes that Bernardo is good enough to play in the midfield. I think he's good enough to play in the midfield. You think he's good enough to play in midfield. But Grealish, he just doesn't play him there. So I don't know, man. I don't want Oscar Bobb to leave. I feel like we made a mistake last summer selling Cole Palmer, right? And I know some of you don't think it was a mistake, but I said it at the time, I think it was a mistake, and it obviously was a mistake. I don't want us to make that same mistake with Oscar Bobb now. And the reason is, and I don't want to sort of like get into the whole, oh, my player's better than your player. And I'm not saying Oscar Bobb's better than Cole Palmer, because at this moment he's obviously not. But I think I think Oscar Bobb, how can I word this? I feel like he's really, really suited to this team. With Cole Palmer, I feel like if we would have kept Cole Palmer at City, he's very much a Mahrez replacement, which is not a bad thing at all, by the way. Yeah, you all know how much I love Riyad Mahrez, yeah? But I feel like he could only really play on the right-hand side / attacking midfield, but we didn't really need him to be an attacking midfielder. So really, the only position that he could play was right wing, which is why he struggled the year before last, because he couldn't play right wing because we had Mahrez, Bernardo, Foden, and he kept on going on left wing, and he's not a left winger. Oscar Bobb, in my opinion, can play anywhere across the attacking line. Left wing, right wing, attacking mid, maybe he's a little bit too petite to play as a striker, maybe a bit too small, not physical enough to play as a striker / false nine. Maybe when he develops a little bit more physically, maybe he could do that. I think it would be a mistake selling him. I don't think if he left, and went to Chelsea, I don't think he's going to get the goals that Cole Palmer would get. I don't think he's going to get 20 goals, yeah? I don't know if he'd get 10 goals. But I think for us, for what we need, for part of our squad, part of our team, Oscar Bobb is that. And I don't really want to let him be loaned because a lot of you guys say it all the time. And I don't agree as much as some of you guys say it, but I do, in principle, sort of like acknowledge that it's probably true. That if you leave on loan, probably not looking good, Brev. You know what I mean? I feel like you need him to stay. So if he stays, will he get the minutes? Will he get the minutes? I don't know, man. I don't know because Doku and Grealish have got that left wing locked down. They've got that left wing locked down. So he's third choice left winger. Right wing is third choice right winger. Now, that's just based off the current situation. If, of course, Grealish gets moved into the middle or Bernardo gets moved into the middle, I don't really see either of them things happening. I think Bernardo potentially might, but I still think he's going to be played as a right winger. Then obviously he'll become second choice. I just don't know if he stays, if he's going to get the minutes. Of course, we don't know. Maybe Bernardo Silva's going to leave. Who knows? I don't think he is because I don't know who's going to buy him. Maybe he'll leave. It's all chill. Maybe Grealish will leave. Unlikely, you know. But at this moment, I just don't see. I don't see where the minutes are coming from, man. I just don't. Maybe you could get him up to 1,500. Would he be happy with 1,500 minutes this season? Because I think you could get him up to 1,500 minutes this season, even as a third choice. Even as a third choice. How many minutes did he play last year? I'm sure it was like 800. Yeah. He played last year, right? 834 minutes. These are the games he played. 7 minutes, Red Star. 29 minutes, Young Boys. 90, Red Star. He was great in that game as well. Remember the goal, fantastic. Copenhagen, 90 minutes. What's this? Champions. Oh, we just done that. UEFA Super Cup, no. Did he play the Club World Cup games? Yeah, 26 minutes, 9 minutes. And then the Premier League. I know you guys can probably not see this too good. Yeah, 1 minute 45, 17. I don't know what's happening with the transfer mat website. It's moving mad. 61, 90. Could you get him up? FA Cup, he played them all. Even the Spurs game. Wow. He started Spurs away. I did not remember that. I think you could get him up to 1,500. Oh my God, this website's doing my head in. I think you could get him up. Get me off, man. I think you can get him up to 1,500 minutes as a third choice. How old is he? He's 20. He's good. He's 21. Would he be happy with 1,500 minutes? I don't know. I don't know if he'd be happy with that. Maybe he would be happy. And then you say, listen, 1,500 minutes is the target this year. Bernardo leaves next summer. maybe he leaves next summer. Maybe he doesn't leave next summer. And then you obviously get a big boost in minutes. And Savio becomes our number one winger next year, like 2025, 2026. And Oscar Bobb the back. Or just competing. They're both competing with each other. Because the thing is as well, when you deep it, right, Oscar Bobb's older than Savio. Is he? Yeah, he is. He's older than Savio. So this is what I'm saying. He's going to be looking at Savio coming in now, right? If Savio gets like 3,000, 3,500 minutes and Oscar Bobb only gets 1,100 minutes or something like that, yeah, he's probably looking at it saying, hang on a minute, I'm older than Savio. Savio's playing because he's more experienced and maybe he's a better player. That's to be seen. But this is one of the problems when you're an academy player, man. It just takes a long time to get the minutes. So, for me personally, yeah, I just hope that Pep gives Oscar Bobb a go. Give him a chance. Because in my opinion, I think he deserves a chance. I think based off what I seen last year, and you guys can agree or disagree, I think this is a real player. I think it's a real talent. I think it's a player that fits our style. I think it's a player that fits Pep Guardiola, a player that can play anywhere across that front line. And I just want him to just be given a chance. And listen, if he's not good or whatever, no problem. Drop him, play Savio, play whoever. But give him a chance, man. I think he deserves it. But we'll see, innit? We'll have to. This is an interesting one. This is an interesting one with Oscar Bobb. Could go either way. Right, let me have a look at some more of these chats, man. Sorry, I didn't realise they'd been stacking up there. Big up to Anakin says that Journo wants his 5 seconds of fame, but ultimately Belgium have never had a better team than France and are an aging team, especially defence. Bro, the thing is though, yeah, this is you've just annoyed me, Anakin, yeah, because that is just factually true. Everything there is true. How can I see it? How can you see it? But a journalist who's probably on big cash, yeah, this journalist probably on big dough. How is he not just getting it? But you get it, and I get it, and everyone else in the chat gets it, and everyone on Twitter gets it, hence why he's getting cooked. But he doesn't get it. And now he's out here offering out fights. Weirdo. Proper weirdo, man. LB, you should do a collab with City Extra and HMTV on Mutant comments on City. Bobb needs to be alternating with Savio on the right. Okay, Bobb needs to be alternating with Savio on the right. So you putting Bernardo Silva in the middle then? Because if you put Bernardo Silva in the middle, right, as it stands, we'd have Kevin De Bruyne, Foden, Bernardo, Kovacic, Nunes, and Rodri for 3 positions. You got to get rid of one of them. Now, I know you all seen it before. City apparently is still looking at potentially offloading Nunes to Saudi Arabia. Let's see if there's any legs in that. Let's see if that happens. Maybe if that happens, then there's something in it. But, yeah, I don't know. Something about Bernardo in the middle, man, that I'm not a massive fan of Bernardo in the middle. I tell you the truth, man. Might be a controversial opinion, right? I've said it before. Big games, Anfield away, Emirates. Put him in the middle, no problem. But for 90% of the games, sounds not nice. I don't think he offers enough. I don't think he's creative enough in terms of creating chances and getting assists. I don't think he's a big enough goal threat from the middle. I think for the big games, he's good in the middle. I like him in the middle because, the games can open up at times and you need the energy, you need the work rate. But, when you're playing like Ipswich at home or whoever at home, I just don't think you get enough. Might be, honestly, it might be a controversial opinion, but I've said it for years, man. Like, it's not like a recent thing. It's like I prefer him on the right. I prefer him on the right unless it's a big game in which you can play him in the middle. But then the year that we won the Champions League, he was unreal on the right hand side. Hence why Mahrez couldn't even get a game. ALX says, what players would you like City to buy this summer? We've obviously got Savio, which I'm happy with. I think that's a great signing. I'm buzzing that we're keeping him. I really didn't want us to loan him out, so I'm buzzing to hear the news that we're keeping him around the squad. And then we need a backup DM. We absolutely need a backup DM. We need one. It's ridiculous, man. We can't not get a backup DM. We have to get someone. We have to get someone. For me, it's going to be Kimmich. I think it's going to be Kimmich. I think it's going to be Kimmich, man. And listen, this is an interesting comment. Big up Steve, yeah. Steve McInerney, you obviously know the OG. He says, if we don't sign someone, I really don't buy the argument that at home against a relegation-threatened team, we wouldn't be absolutely fine with Kovacic and someone like Rico behind KDB or Foden. We really ought to be doing that every now and then. Should be enough. If we need Rodri, we can bring him on. I don't disagree with this. Yeah. The problem is, what about if it's not a home game against a relegation-threatened team? This is the point. The point isn't if we play against Nottingham Forest at home next season, yeah, and we need to give Rodri, of course you should be able to get away with Kovacic in the DM. Of Of course you should be able to do that. But that's not the point. The point is, what about if you're playing Arsenal away? What about playing Liverpool away, Man United, Chelsea, etc., etc., etc.? You need someone else because clearly he doesn't trust Kovacic in those games. So that's the point. The point isn't that you can't get away with it against the lesser teams. Of course you can, or you should be able to. The point is, what about the bigger games? And that's why, for me, I just think they're going to go Kimmich, man. Like, I've said it for a while. I just think Kimmich now appears, in my opinion, to be... And this is why I said it from, like, day one that I think it'll be Kimmich over Bruno. Because City are looking at it. Why would City pay 100 mil for Bruno when Kimmich is right there? And people will say, oh, why? Because Bruno's 3 years younger. I don't think that warrants an extra 60 million quid, guys. Because he's 3 years younger, an extra 60 mil. I just don't think City we're ever gonna sign Bruno, man. I don't think we're ever gonna sign him at that price personally when Kimmich is available. You know, some people are saying, some of these journalists, by the way, in Germany, they reckon you could get him for like 30, 35 mil. Now, the argument isn't whether Bruno or Kimmich who's the better player, right? Because I think if Bruno come to City, it'd be sick. Yeah, I come round to it. I was like, yeah, Bruno comes to Man City. Him and Rodri in the middle will be unreal. Yeah, and obviously he can play 6 as well. That's not the question. The question is it worth an extra 65 mil? Now, it's not my money, so I don't really care. But I'm just putting myself in the brain or in the position of the club. And I never seen them activating that. Now, maybe, obviously, there's still a month, 2 months left of the transfer window. Maybe we'll go and get Bruno. Highly doubt it. Kimmich, people asking about wages. I don't think that'd be a problem. I don't think that'd be a problem at all. He's got 1 year left of his contract at Bayern Munich. Would Bayern Munich even renew him on the wages that he's currently on? Maybe they'll say, we can keep you, but we're going to reject you. We're going to lower your wages. You know, put him on 250 grand, 4-year contract, sorted, chilling. You don't have to worry about that position again then for 3 or 4 years. You just boxed it off. Calm. Get him in. He can play right back as well. He can play DM. He can play double pivot. It's 35, 40 million quid. He's worked with Pep before. Champions League experience. Bags of experience playing for Germany. I just honestly think it's like a deal that you just got to get it over the line. And again, maybe some of you, I know a lot of you did want Bruno. I've seen a lot of you guys did want Bruno. Like you really wanted him and you was invested in that deal. And I understand why. Like I say, I'm not saying that Kimmich is going to be a better signing than Bruno. What I'm saying is it's just like it's just a smart signing, man. And he's another leader. Facts. Facts, man. Now, where that leaves Kovacic and Nunes, I've said this before, but I think if we get Kimmich, you guys might be surprised, but I'd actually be open to the idea of letting Kovacic go and keeping Nunes, because do you really need Kovacic if you've got Kimmich? I just think it's a bit samey. Like, I'd rather have Nunes personally than which is mad, innit? Because you guys will be like, what? What are you saying? How are you saying that? You've slagged him off all season. How are you saying that? I want to keep him. You flip-flop. No. My point is, right, if you're getting Kimmich, do you really need Kovacic in there as well? I just don't know if you do. I think I'd rather have Nunes who can give me something different. Now, will it work with Nunes? Don't know. Personally, probably not. But at least you got something different. Anyway, you got to get rid of one of them is the point. You can't buy Kimmich and keep Kovacic and Nunes. Now, the problem is how much you're going to get for Nunes. Because you might lose too much money on Nunes. Personally, I still think you could get 40, 45 million for Nunes. He's 25, Champions League experience, yeah, Portuguese international. I think 40 mil is a bargain price. Well, maybe not a bargain, but I think it's a good price. I think it's a fair deal. Maybe you could do 40 mil with 10 million add-ons to potentially get you back to where you was. Kovacic, I think it was 25 mil, 5 million add-ons, so 30 million deal. I think you could get 20 with maybe 5 in add-ons, so you might only lose 5 mil. I don't know, like, we'll see, innit? We'll see. But yeah, I think to answer the question, Alex, if we get a DM and we get Savio, I'm happy. I would like a new fullback, but I don't think that's going to happen this year. I think that's going to happen next year when Walker leaves next year, personally. So, yeah, like I said, I've said it for time, man. This is why it annoys me when people, these mutants online, these rival fans go, oh, City fans are so spoiled. They want everything. They just want all the players and they want to buy all the players. It's like, I'm literally sitting here saying, get me Kimmich for 35, 40 mil and Savio for 40 mil. That's 80 million pound. We'll probably sell 40 million pound worth of academy player. I got a net spender 40 million. You know what I mean? You know what else is mutated, yeah? Is all these people who say, only Man City could buy Núñez 1 year and then sell him the next year. You know what? If my club does that, fair play. You know what? If my club does that, I'm going to do a 24-hour Tiki appreciation stream, right? Because what that is ruthless. It's recognizing your mistakes and resolving it the next year. You know what too many clubs do? They buy players, yeah? They know they're dead. You get the player in. Within the first 2 months, you go, this player's trash. And instead of accepting that they're trash, or accepting that maybe they're not trash, but they just don't fit the system, as the sense of Núñez, they just try and play and play and play year after year after year. And then maybe after 4 years, they go, you know what? This guy's just not good, is he? You knew he wasn't good after 3 months, mate. What you should have done is acknowledged your mistake and got rid of them. But you don't. And you keep them. Acknowledge it. Arsenal. The Vieira kid. 35 million they spent on him. Everyone realised after a couple of months, oh, he's the next Bernardo Silva. Is there Vieira? Is the next Bernardo Silva? Trash he was. Yeah, trash. He's not on the level of Arsenal. That's me bigging up Arsenal, by the way. I'm not hating on Arsenal. I'm bigging him up and saying he's not good enough for you. But what they'll do, they'll keep him around for 3, 4, 5 years, yeah, before eventually they go, he's not good, is he? We should probably get rid of him. At which point you'll sell him for 10 mil, you'll lose a lot of money, you got to go again. You know, there's nothing wrong with clubs recognizing that they've made an error. Or maybe they didn't make an error. Maybe the play just didn't work out for whatever reason. And getting rid of him straight away. Because what's the point in keeping a player? Keeping a player that's clearly not good enough or clearly doesn't suit the style. What? Because you're worried about some backlash? Nah, I'll back it, me. I'm doing a 24-hour Tiki appreciation stream. Yeah? Not 24 hours. I'll do a Tiki appreciation stream if he gets rid of Núñez. And that's not Núñez hate. It's the recognition that this club is making the correct calls. They're not just going to sit there and wait and wait and wait. Anyway, it sounds like I'm hating on Núñez, and I'm really not. Yo, big up Mr. Lou says, yes, really want to see Bobb spam during pre-season. Well, he probably will, bro, because he's not been at the Euros, innit? So we had a look at the squad, and the current 11 that are going to be available for some of these early pre-season games, Bobb is going to be in there. So Bobb should play the first 2 or 3 games, really, and hopefully he'll play against United in the Community Shield to give him a real test. But yeah, I'm with you, mate. I'm with you. I think he needs to get that. He needs to get a chance. And then listen, if he doesn't perform in the chance, then it is what it is. Football's a ruthless business. You can't give you chance after chance after chance. I believe that given the chance, he will perform. Big up Tinsay, bro. Says City had no problem spending 100 mil on a useless guy, but it's an issue to purchase a Rodri replacement. Is it stupidity or arrogance? First of all, we don't know if it's an issue. We don't know if it's an issue because the transfer window's not over yet. You know what I mean? And whilst I'll say if we don't sign someone, that's ridiculous. I can't sit here and slag Tiki off yet because there's still 2 months left of the transfer window. But if City do not buy a DM, which I don't think we will, I think we will get one, then that is just the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. Honestly, it's ridiculous. Rodri's literally saying, I need someone. I've never seen a player do that. Genuinely, yeah. I've never seen a player say, I need the club to buy a player, basically. That's effectively what he's been saying. Never seen a player say that. So, yeah, if we get to the end of the window and we've not signed someone, then it'll either be stupidity or arrogance. Yeah, probably a bit of both. But you can't really cook him yet, bro, because there's still 2 months left of the window. And ultimately, I do believe that we will sign someone, and I think it will be Kimmich. Adam Wharton, nah, we ain't signing him, bro. I don't believe this, man. I seen Tommy tweeting about it. Yo, respect Tommy in that, yeah. I think this is not true. I think his sources have been, I don't know what his sources have been saying to him. I do not see this one bit. Yeah, no. I just don't see it, lads. It just does, that just does not strike me, right, as a City move. It just doesn't strike me as a City move. I can't lie. This is just not something that I expect to see. He's played 16 Premier League games. And how much are you gonna? I'll be funny, right? Yeah, you're not gonna get this guy for cheap. You might as well just bought Bruno. This is why we're not signing him, mate. Yeah, how much did they pay for him? They paid 20 million quid for him, right? Euros. He's just gone to England. I know he's not going to play. He's just done really, really well. Oh, it's 18 million quid fee, 22 million with add-ons, right? There's probably a sell-on clause on there, which never helps the negotiation process. They're going to want at least 65, 70 million. Minimum. You might as well just got Bruno for an extra 30 mil, who's experienced. Yeah? You can't, this ain't happening, man. Listen, maybe in a few years it could happen. But I tell you now, yeah, I'm ruling that out. That is not happening. That is not happening whatsoever. You're not going to pay 70 million quid. And by the way, people say you're not going to get him for LB 70 million. You can get him for less than 70 million. All right, then. Well, tell me this then. When Bayern Munich went to Crystal Palace and asked Crystal Palace how much it would be to get their manager, what's he called, Glasner or whatever, out of the club, how much did they say? 50 mil. He'd been there 3 months, 4 months or something, whatever it was. So don't say, no, LB, that fee's too high, 70, you'll get him for 50 mil. No, you're not going to get him for 50 mil. He's contracted for like 5 or 6 years. Yeah? They'll have a sell-on clause on there for Blackburn. So that doesn't help Palace because Palace then have to put the price up because they got to give some of it to Blackburn anyway. Yeah? Say there's a 20 million, say there's a 20% sell-on clause, right? You say 50 mil. Well, straight away, 10 million is going to Blackburn. So you're only getting 40 mil. Well, you paid 22 mil. You're only getting 18 million pound profit. No chance, man. It'll be 60, 70 mil minimum. No way. No way you're getting it. I'll rule that out, man. Sorry, Tommy. Love you, bro. Yeah, but I feel like your sources have misled you on that one. I would be gobsmacked, yeah, if we get Adam Wharton. We ain't getting him. We ain't getting him, guys. Now, would I be against the deal? Would I be against the deal? I like him and that, but my problem is with Adam Wharton, right? Would he play double pivot with Rodri? Would he play double pivot with Rodri? Because if he wouldn't play double pivot with Rodri, then he's just going to be playing backup, and I don't think that's going to work fully. I just don't. Nah, I just think that's not happening, man. I think he's got the misinformation there, guys. Yeah, I think we're more likely to go get João Neves from Benfica, if I tell you the truth. I tell you the truth, I think we'd be more likely to get João Neves from Benfica than Adam Wharton. I think Adam Wharton's 2-3 years down the line. I think, to be honest with you, he might be the next Rodri replacement when Rodri leaves. But Rodri's not leaving for at least 4 or 5 years. Hopefully, yeah. So, nah, no chance. No chance, man. LB, our show's going to be called Start. Hey, guys, everyone needs to cook Sai in the chat, by the way. Yeah, Denmark. Huh. Out of competition, Bray. Yeah, knocked out. He was there saying, what, Denmark, we're going to get further than England? Yeah, give over, man. The Ballon d'Or winner, Jude Bellingham, with the over. Sorry about that, guys. I washed my mouth out in it. You know what I mean? How dare me? How dare me speak like that? It's ridiculous. Ask Martin. Maybe 98% doesn't, says Mac, man. Yeah, Zubimendi, I don't know, man. I only seen him one time. He was all right. He didn't really move me that much. To be honest with you, João Neves moved me a lot more than Zubimendi. When I watch João Neves play, it is obviously small scale that I've watched him. I've only watched him in one full match and then just on highlights. But the one game that I watched him play, he was pretty decent. He was playing centre defensive mid on his own, 6 on his own in the European game. Did very, very well. Zubimendi, didn't really notice him that much, to be honest, when I watched him play. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Anyway, going to wrap up in a minute. Anything else you guys want me to speak about before I wrap up? I will be on the show hopefully with Si tomorrow night. Now we realise that Gundo was top class. No, Bendiv. No, bro. I'm not having this, mate. Because I was saying, give the guy a statue, bro. Yeah? I realised he was world class. I realised this. And most of the City fan base knew he was top class. But unfortunately, if we're being honest with you, yeah, not to be negative or anything, but it's probably one of the worst decisions the new ownership has made, not giving Gundogan the contract that he wants. And before anyone says it, it was the contract issue. That's why he left, because we didn't offer him the contract until too late. But listen, if we would have got Jude Bellingham, if we would have got Paqueta, if it was going to be this, if it was going to be that, then it probably wouldn't have been that bad. It's just unfortunate that we never managed to get, you know, the thing. Bree, this is facts, mate. This is why they were never going to get Bruno. Because you're not even going to get him for 80 million, man. You're not even going to get him for 80 million. McAtee, listen, I like McAtee. I think he made a massive mistake going to Sheffield United last year. Massive mistake. Too sentimental. Listen, when I watched McAtee and Cole Palmer in the academy, right, there wasn't that much between them. I seen McAtee tear up the academy just as much as Cole Palmer tore up the academy. And maybe Cole Palmer had more G&A because he played further up the pitch and he was more greedy, if we're being honest with you. McAtee was a top player. He could have gone and done what Cole Palmer done. Made the wrong move, man. Went to a team that he should never have gone to. And I think it's going to have to pay the price now, because I don't know what's going to happen to him. Give him a go in pre-season and that, but I don't know where he's going to go. He's not going to get a move to like Chelsea. I think Brighton would be a good move. And apparently Brighton were interested in him last year, and I don't know what happened. I don't know whether he turned them down or I don't know. But if he could have gone to Brighton last year and he chose Sheffield United, then that is silly, man. Silly. But I don't know the full ins and outs on that one. I can't lie. Some of our players are older and will need to be managed. Savio and Bobb can play on the right. KDB, Bernardo already looked up. I thought he said overweight then. I thought he said overweight. I was like, you can't say KDB's overweight. Overworked. Not having replacement for our aging players is dangerous. Yeah, that is true. You know what? You know what as well, right? We are rejuvenating our squad, aren't we? You know, we spoke to Martin. Likes to peddle out this negative stance of, oh, when Pep leaves, we're going to be screwed because all our players are going to be old and retiring, right? He likes to talk about this a lot, right? I'm only joking. He does do that, but not that bad. But we're already starting the redevelopment. We're already seeing the redevelopment. Edison, providing he stays, which I think he will, is only 30 years old. Manuel Neuer is still playing at 38. If Edison signs a new contract, you don't need to worry about the goalkeeper position. Guardiola is currently playing left back, right? He's 22, 21, something like that. Diaz, 26. Rico Lewis, young. Akanji's like 27. Rodri's got another 5 years in him. Yeah? Foden, young. Oscar Bobb, young. Rico Lewis, already said him, young. Alvarez, young. Haaland, young. Doku, young. Savio, young. So this thing, right? We do have key players. I'll say what we do have. We have key players. Key players coming to sort of their mature end of their career, to say it nicely, right? Kevin De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva, John Stones, right? But we don't have loads of players. We have Kyle Walker, another one, good one. We have a lot of young players in there. And by the way, Kevin De Bruyne, Bernardo, Walker, and John Stones are not all going to leave in the same transfer window. So stop panicking, man. We're fine. It's a natural. What's going to happen is it's natural. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you the story. I'll tell you the truth. I'll tell you why I don't worry about this no more. Because I used to worry about it and then I stopped worrying about it, right? I remember, right, back in the day, yeah. I say back in the day. It was like 10 years ago, right? I remember when like we had like Vincent Kompany, Aguero, Silva, and that in the team, right? And I remember literally thinking to myself, when Vincent Kompany leaves this team, we are finished. I remember thinking that. I was like early 20s, and I remember thinking to myself, when Vincent Kompany leaves, this is the best defender, yeah, City have had, right? When he leaves City, we're done. We're over because we won't be able to defend. When Aguero leaves, we're dusted. We lost Kompany, we still win the league. We lost Silva, we still win leagues. Fernandinho, I thought to myself, when Fernandinho left, or not left because Rodri was already cooking. I felt like when Fernandinho was coming towards the end of his time in midfield, that's insane. The drop-off's going to be mad because he was the best CDM I've ever seen at City and one of the best CDMs the Premier League's ever seen. We upgraded. We upgraded. I mean, no disrespect to Fernandinho. I love the guy. One of the best defensive midfielders possibly of all time. Certainly up there, right? We upgraded. This is why I don't worry about it, man. Now, listen, Kevin De Bruyne. Could you say, oh, LB, is it going to be different with Kevin De Bruyne? Because you said he's the best City player of all time. So if he's the best City player of all time, that's surely going to be different. Yeah, but I said that about Vinny Kompany. I said that about Aguero and David Silva. David Silva was the best City player of all time before Kevin De Bruyne came in. And then we replaced David Silva. And we replaced Aguero. We cannot replace him. Lies. We lies. He sat there. He didn't sit there. He stood there crying on national television. We cannot replace him. He went and signed Haaland, mate, who broke British records in his first season and won us the treble. This is why I don't really worry about it no more, man. I'm not getting into the whole, oh, yeah, but when Kevin De Bruyne leaves, we're going to be trash. I did that with Vincent Kompany, and I'm not doing it again. Plus, what a dead way to live your life and like have an outlook on football that like, oh, as soon as this player leaves, we are finished. No. It's like even with Pep, right? Even with Pep Guardiola. I accept that when Pep Guardiola leaves, we will take a decline. I ain't sitting here, right, going, oh, when Pep leaves, we're going to be finished club. I'm not doing that whole thing. No. Will we be as dominant? No. Will we be as good and play the dominating football that we do now? We still play it, but maybe not to the high level now. But I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, when Pep leaves, it's over. And if I ever say that, I'm only joking around, you know? So I'm not that worried about it, man. It is what it is. Listen, there's players on the market. Musiala, Wirtz. Maybe he'll change style. Maybe Foden will step up and be that real top player that we need him to be every year and kick on. No, we'll see it. The guy from Fulham is phenomenal. Are you talking about Palini? I thought he'd left, no? I thought he'd left. I thought he'd signed for Bayern. I don't know what's going on there. Oh, he's still not signed for Bayern. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on there. Palini. The problem I've got with Palini, Matthew, is that I don't think he could play double pivot. Well, if you could, you'd have to put Rodri forward, but I don't really want to do that personally. And again, I do have a little bit of a issue in buying a backup. I think we need to buy a rotation player, like a Kimmich, like a Bruno. I think if you go and buy an actual backup player, yeah, I just don't think that's going to work. And I've said that for time. It's just my opinion, and maybe I'll be wrong. But for me, I think you've got to get a player that actually plays. I think if they're just on the bench waiting for Rodri to get injured, suspended, or rested, I don't think it's going to work. And yeah. So for me, I think you've got to get someone who can play double pivot proper. And I don't think he can do that. I don't think he's good enough on the ball. We can't sign 5 players in a summer like 2017. Jeez. You don't need to, though. The thing is, Tinsay, we don't need to sign 5 players. Do we? Right. I'll give you basically just a little outline of what the strategy can be. A little outline. This isn't concrete, This year, Savio, Kimmich. Next year, yeah, right back, attacking midfielder. Year after, new centre back, left back. You don't need to sign 5 players in the summer. 2 players. Our squad is in a very, very good position. If we add 2 players a year of quality, yeah, we can just keep churning over these next 4 or 5 years, just replace Stones and someone. Next year, replace someone and someone else. Yeah, but bro, Silva's not. I don't see Silva leaving now until the end of his deal in 2026. I really don't. And by the way, Walker is kind of de facto gone anyway, because next year, this season, his minutes are going to take a massive decrease, in my opinion. There's not a chance. How many minutes did he play that last year? There's not a chance that Kyle Walker plays as many minutes this season for City as he did last season. No way. How many minutes did he play? Last year, 2023, 2024, he played 4,000 minutes. Nah, no way. No way. Maybe if we do another treble, yeah, and we get to all the finals, maybe he'll be up there, yeah. I'll be very, very sure. How many minutes did he play in the Prem? Look at that. 2,770 minutes. 32 no way, man. No way. No way. He's just, unless he goes back to old Kyle Walker where he's decent. So he's going to naturally take a dip this year anyway, and Rico Lewis or Akanji are going to step up. So yeah, that I don't really see that, man. Personally, doesn't Bernardo's deal end next season? Yeah. So 2026, isn't it? That's what I'm saying. He has 2 years left on his deal. I think he has 2 years left on his deal. Bernardo Silva. Yeah. 2026 ends. He's got 2 years left. So I think we're going to lose him on a free transfer in 2026. And I'm not that asked about it because, you know, he probably should have left about 5 years ago. So we've done quite well, really. Right. Anything else? Any chance Rico becomes a new DM? Nah. He can't be DM. He couldn't be the DM. What he could do is he could do the Gundogan type role and the Kimmich type role of playing like double pivot, and Rodri's the DM, he's next to him and then goes forward like Gundogan does, and Kimmich could do. But the major component that he wouldn't be able to do is when Rodri gets injured or suspended, Gundogan just dropped back and become the 6. I don't think you want to see Rico Lewis play as a 6. Not yet, anyway. Maybe in a few years, if he gets more physical and puts a little bit more meat on, you know what I mean, and bulks up, maybe he could do it. But at this moment in time, with his current physique, his current apparatus, I would say nah. He's not strong enough yet. Plus, I like him further up the pitch. Man. I think someone said, am I right in saying that Rico Lewis has said that he prefers to play deeper, like DM, or does he prefer to play further forward? Because I think he plays better further forward. I'd be surprised if he says he prefers to play deeper in the pitch, because I think he's better further up the pitch personally. I think he's really, really good the way he drives with the ball and that. Yeah, he does need to go on a bulk, man. He needs to go on that Sam Sulek bulk, doesn't he? Get on that Sam Sulek bulk. Bruno, Wirtz, Hakimi, Frimpong. Yeah, I mean, listen, you could get Bruno, you could have got this year if you would have paid the release clause. Wirtz, you'd be looking at next year if Kevin De Bruyne leaves next year. And you could get Hakimi next year or Frimpong next year. So that's what I'm saying. You get Bruno this year or substitute that out with any other DM. Wirtz on a right back next year. Year after, left back and a centre half. Like, you don't need to do this whole like chop and change the whole squad in one summer. The squad doesn't need to be chopped and changed. He doesn't need that. It really doesn't. So yeah. Anyway, make sure I've just done the super chats, man. I don't want to miss any. Yeah, there we go. All the super chats boxed off. Right, guys. There we go. Boom. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed that stream. Went on a bit longer than I thought, to be honest with you, but I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, smash a like. If you're watching back on the replay, by the way, then let me know your thoughts about this situation with first of all, the mutant journalist What's going on with journalism these days, man? What's going on? I don't know what's going on. It's the same with the press conferences, man. This is why people say to me, LB, why don't you do press conference reaction streams? Because they're crap. I mean, if you want me to do them next season, I'll do them. You know, I mean, I'll sit here and talk about City the whole time. But how many times I scroll up and down on City Extra's Twitter page, right? I'm looking at the quotes of the press conference. I'm like, what are these questions? No one has the minerals to ask the proper questions. You know what I mean? So that's why I don't really do press conference reaction streams no more. Because we don't, half the time we do press conference streams, right? We don't even speak about the press conference. We never speak about the press conference when we did them. That's why I don't do them no more. They're pointless. I'll just do the preview. I'd rather, you know what I'd rather do? I'd rather just do the preview, a preview show of the game, where we talk about the game, preview the game, and then if there was anything interesting from the press conference, we could just speak about that in the preview. But we do the preview stream, we go live and we say, right, question. First question. Is anybody injured? You know what I mean? I remember as well, when they just didn't ask about Doku. Doku just did a disappearing act. Yeah, the guy got injured and no one asked. Not one journalist sat there and asked about Doku. So much so that Pep Guardiola literally sat there in the press conference and went, nobody's asking me about Jamie Doku, so I'll just let you know, like, he's still injured. Like, he'll be back soon. And it's like, bro, they don't even ask the real questions no more. Oh, it's insane. Honestly, man. You know what they should do, right? But they'll never do this, right? Because it's not. They should get fans. They should get City fans to go in there. Fucking send in IP Trust, mate, yeah? Send in Nax. Send in Macman. Send these guys into the press conference. You know why? Because these guys will actually ask questions that we actually want to know. They'll actually ask proper questions. Legit questions that us fans want to know. Because why? Because these are City fans. So they'll ask questions that us City fans want to know. A lot of these journalists don't actually ask questions that we care about. They just ask random questions. Whereas if you sent some of you guys in the chat, or like, I'd go in there, but you know what I mean? Like, I'd rather you guys go in so I can watch. And then I'll do a press conference. Listen, if IP Trust gets access to the press conference, then I will be doing press conference reaction streams because that will be fireworks. But you know what I mean? Like, we're fans, so we'll ask questions that we want to know, whereas they just ask random shit like that no one really cares about. It's like, you know, like tactics and that. Like, how many times do we sit there, right, and do like a post-match reaction? And Pep's done some mad tactics. And I'm not looking for a journalist to sit there and say, oh, Pep, those tactics were rubbish. Why on earth did you do that? That's stupid. I'm not asking that. What I am asking is for a journalist to do their job and say, Pep, right, you played this system today. Explain it to us. What was in your brain? What was meant to happen? Why did you go like this? And then why didn't you change it when it didn't work? No one ever asked them questions. And again, that's not a bad question to ask. And then if Pep answers it, us City fans go, oh yeah, chilling. Yeah, Lou. I think that's one of the problems though, bro. Is one of the problems is a lot of these journalists probably too scared to ask the questions that maybe they want to ask because they might get kicked out or whatever. But I don't know. It is what it is. Anyway, it is what it is. Listen, big up to you guys. Big up to Max. Big up to Paolo, Macman, Dreamy Doku, Guardiola, Lou, Sign Silver, Blue Moon, B. Who else we got in here? Dwight. Hope you guys are all doing well, man. Make sure you drop a like on the stream. Make sure you subscribe. Let me see if there's anyone live that I can redirect to. Let's see. Lee Gunner's live, man. He's doing an Austria-Turkey watch-along. I'll send you over to Lee Gunner for a watch-along. Big up to you guys. Big up to everyone that sent a donation in. Make sure you drop a like. If you're watching back on replay, give me thoughts and comments in down below. And I'll be back in the next one. Peace out, guys. See you later.